Welcome. Tonight we bring you an in-depth conversation that comes at a critical juncture for the nation's economy and its future direction. As the sun sets over Washington, D.C., the decisions made within these walls will ripple across the country, affecting millions of Americans. We're honored to be joined by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who will help us unpack the economic crossroads facing America today. With his unique perspective at the helm of the Treasury, Secretary Bessent is at the center of some of the most consequential debates shaping our financial landscape. From the Supreme Court's high-stakes review of presidential tariff powers, a case that could redefine the balance of power in Washington, to the everyday realities faced by small businesses on Main Street, there's a tremendous amount at stake. The decisions made now will impact not just policy, but the livelihoods of families and entrepreneurs across the nation. Secretary Bessent, thank you for joining us at such a pivotal moment. Your insights are invaluable as we navigate these uncertain times and seek clarity on the path forward. The Supreme Court is currently weighing the president's authority to impose tariffs, a signature policy of the Trump administration that has sparked intense debate. This case could have far-reaching implications for how future presidents respond to global economic challenges. For many Americans, the legal debate is complex and often difficult to follow. The intersection of law, economics, and executive power can seem abstract, but the outcome will have real-world consequences for jobs, prices, and America's role in the global marketplace. Secretary Bessent, can you help break down what's truly at stake here? Why does this case matter so much for the administration's economic strategy, and what should viewers at home understand about the potential impact? At its core, this is a debate about the president's power to act swiftly in defense of the economy, especially during times of crisis or international uncertainty. But it's also about the checks and balances that prevent any one branch of government from holding too much authority. The outcome of this case could set a powerful precedent, shaping how future presidents handle international trade disputes, respond to economic threats, and protect American interests on the world stage. As we explore these issues tonight, your perspective is crucial, Secretary Bessent. Help us understand what all of this means for American families, for workers, and for the future of our economy. The stakes could not be higher, and the decisions made now will echo for generations to come. Thank you, Anderson. Tonight, we turn our attention to a legal battle that could reshape the very foundation of American economic policy and presidential power. This is a pivotal moment in our nation's history, as the eyes of the country, and indeed, the world, are fixed on the Supreme Court. At the heart of the case is a fundamental question. Does the president have the authority to act swiftly and decisively in the face of economic threats using the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEEPA? This law, passed decades ago, was designed to give the executive branch the tools it needs to protect American interests in times of crisis. Supporters argue that unfair trade practices from abroad are not just an economic nuisance. They are a direct threat to our national security and the livelihoods of millions of American workers. Factories, ports, and entire communities depend on the government's ability to respond quickly. Critics, however, claim the president has overstepped constitutional boundaries, bypassing Congress and acting unilaterally. But in today's interconnected world, the global economy moves at lightning speed, and waiting for slow legislative action could mean missing critical opportunities to protect American jobs and industries. Tariffs in this context are more than just taxes on imports. They are strategic tools used to level the playing field, counteract unfair competition, and bring manufacturing jobs back to American soil. This case isn't just about one set of tariffs or a single trade dispute. It's about whether America can defend its industries and workers in a rapidly changing, often unpredictable global marketplace. The president, supporters say, must have the flexibility to act decisively in the face of emerging threats. This authority is seen as vital, not only for our economic prosperity but for our national security as well. As the justices deliberate, we remain confident that the court will recognize the original intent of the law, to empower the president to safeguard the nation's economic interests when time is of the essence. The stakes in this showdown are nothing less than American economic sovereignty the future of our industries, and the ability of our leaders to protect the nation in an ever-evolving world. Let's talk about emergency powers. These are special authorities granted to the government during times of crisis, moments when swift, decisive action is needed to protect the nation's interests. But what exactly qualifies as an emergency, and how do these powers impact everyday Americans, especially workers? Many people see trade as just an economic issue, something that affects prices or the stock market, not something that rises to the level of a national emergency. But the reality is, trade policies can have far-reaching consequences that ripple through every part of our society. So, how did the administration connect unfair trade practices to a crisis that justified the use of emergency powers, like imposing tariffs? The answer lies in the impact on American industry and workers. When we lose industrial capacity, we don't just lose factories, we lose valuable skills, the ability to innovate, and our sense of self-reliance. Communities that once thrived on manufacturing jobs are left struggling, and the nation as a whole becomes more vulnerable. Decades of factory closures weren't accidental. They were the result of targeted foreign policies and global competition that often put American workers at a disadvantage. These closures have hollowed out towns and cities, leaving lasting scars on the American landscape. The real emergency is the slow, steady erosion of our economic foundation. As manufacturing jobs disappear, so does the stability of millions of families. This trend threatens our long-term security and prosperity. The COVID-19 pandemic made this vulnerability painfully clear. When supply chains broke down, Americans saw empty shelves and shortages of critical goods. Relying on other countries for essentials like medical supplies and food put us at risk. Tariffs are one tool the government can use to address this crisis. By making it more expensive to import certain goods, tariffs encourage companies to invest in American factories and workers, helping to rebuild critical industries right here at home. This is a direct intervention, a way to reverse a dangerous trend and restore economic strength. It's about more than just numbers. It's about giving communities a second chance and ensuring our nation's resilience. The goal isn't to start a trade war. Instead, it's to create fair, reciprocal trade relationships that protect American jobs and level the playing field for our workers and businesses. Tariffs are leverage, a bargaining chip to demand better deals from our trading partners. By using these tools wisely, we can secure a stronger, more stable future for American workers and families. You attended the Supreme Court arguments. What was your impression? Did the justices grasp the real-world stakes? The atmosphere was serious and focused. The justices were deeply engaged and understood the economic implications. Their questions went beyond legal theory. They wanted to know how tariffs affect consumers and businesses. It was clear they recognized this case's impact on American families and industries. I left encouraged by their depth of inquiry. The president acted to address a decades-long problem, not on a whim. My hope is the court affirms the president's tools to defend our interests. This is about more than tariffs. It's about America's leadership in the global economy. The decision will shape our ability to protect citizens from economic harm. The livelihoods of millions depend on decisive action. Tariffs generate billions. Where does that money go? Much of it directly supports American farmers and industries hit by retaliatory tariffs. We've used tariff revenue to provide aid, helping farmers weather tough negotiations. The rest strengthens our financial position, funding everything from defense to infrastructure. Tariffs help reduce the tax burden on Americans by ensuring foreign companies contribute. The main goal isn't revenue, it's to change unfair trade practices and bring jobs home. If we succeed, tariff revenue drops, but our economy grows stronger. The money is a tool to support those affected and manage the transition. It's part of a strategy to put America first and build a more self-reliant economy. Tariff revenue is being used strategically to achieve key policy goals. You've linked trade policy to national security. How do tariffs on things like steel connect to defense? A nation that can't produce its own steel or microchips is vulnerable. Outsourcing critical goods created strategic risks. Tariffs on steel and aluminum ensure we have domestic capacity for defense needs. This extends to pharmaceuticals and tech. Resilient supply chains are essential. Trade policy encourages companies to invest in American manufacturing. It reduces dependence on adversaries and strengthens our foreign policy. Trade is a powerful tool, rewarding allies, pressuring adversaries, and asserting leadership. Economic strength underpins national security and global influence. This strategy ensures America remains secure and strong for generations. Let's talk New York. With a new mayor, what does the city need to thrive? New York's future depends on public safety, clean streets, and a pro-business government. The new mayor has a chance to restore confidence and energy. Public safety is the top priority. People and businesses need to feel secure. The city must cut red tape and support entrepreneurs. New York's greatest asset is its people. We need to make it easier to start businesses and create jobs. Reversing the trend of companies leaving is crucial. Quality of life, clean streets, reliable transit, good schools, matters for everyone. The federal government is ready to partner for a pro-growth agenda. I'm optimistic New York can reclaim its place as the world's financial capital. Despite strong economic numbers, many Americans still feel squeezed. Why the disconnect, and what's being done? Inflation's lingering effects mean prices are still high, even as wages rise. The administration is focused on policies that directly help working families. We're lowering energy costs, fighting for better trade deals, and supporting small businesses. The Main Street Investment Fund provides low-interest loans to underserved communities. American Worker Savings Accounts help families build emergency savings. These programs put more money in people's pockets and support local economies. It takes time, but we're committed to bottom-up growth. The goal is for every community to share in America's economic revival. The best is yet to come for the American people.